Wide receivers, week 3, ranked and tiered. This is Ian in Fantasy Football, presented by IrvinandM.com. I'm writing this on Wednesday night for Thursday's video. Expect more videos every week for the other unit groupings like running back, quarterback, tight end, injury updates. Click the playlist for all of those things. And if you're new here, this is where I take industry-leading data, Vegas sportsbooks, and expert analysis to provide you with optimal weekly rankings with the utmost accuracy in setting your weekly lineups. This week, we have 40 wideouts and 80 yards or more is the S tier. A tier is the 70s, 70 to 80 yards. The B tier is the 60s. C is the 50s, and D tier is the rest. It's about 40 yards receiving projected by major sports books for week 3, the first. And it's CeeDee Lamb, 81 yards over under, 111 yards per game. The Cowboys are favorites in the second highest scoring game of the week. Is he going to get 111 yards per game? Maybe. He's going to go crazy. Probably, definitely. He gets the first spot. Malik Neighbors gets the second spot. 75 over under, but 119 yards per game. He faces Kansas City as dogs, but he's their best player. He's all they got. Danny Dimes. Are you going to bet against Danny Dimes? You shouldn't. Puka Nacua, 83 over under, 133 yards per game. He is an absolute PPR champion. And they're favorites in a great scoring game against Philly. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, 72 over under, 83 yards per game. But he gets the Baltimore Ravens, who have a terrible secondary. So he gets the fourth spot. Ja'Marr Chase, 70 over under, 95 yards per game. Justin Jefferson, 71 over under, 74 yards per game. He gets the Bengals in their 28th secondary. He's Jay Jettis. Leave him alone. He'll be okay. He'll be just fine. JSN, 70 over under, 113 yards per game. Wow. They're 7-point favorites against the Saints this week. He's probably going to get a lot of points. And Nico Collins at 8, 70 over under still. Vegas has faith in him, even though you don't, and his 38 yards, it's crushing. It'll be okay. It's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. A tier has 8 more elite wide receivers. It's the 70s. And we'll try and keep it brief still, as chances are you're starting one of these guys no matter what, and one of these guys. And it's Zay Flowers at 9, 65 over under, 115 yards per game. He put up 143 yards on the league's number 1 pass D. Should you be scared against the Lions' 12th best? Not really. Be more scared that Henry gets 200 yards and Zay barely gets 65. They're favorites. It's the highest scoring game of the week. He deserves the first spot. You're not worried yet. Garrett Wilson is next. 63 over under, 72 yards per game. It's a great matchup against Tampa's secondary, but they are heavy dogs in this game with the lowest team total of the tier. Jets are going to get spanked, which means they should be desperately trying to throw the ball to their best player, Garrett Wilson. They're not too far behind that we're in a who's getting absolutely crushed this week? Who's playing tonight? Somebody's playing tonight. It's not going to be a Miami from behind situation where there's just no hope. But, yeah, Garrett Wilson can be catching some balls. No diddy. And Devontae Adams is next, 59 over under, 78 yards per game. They're dogs facing Philly this week. Philly's the 8th best so far against the pass. It's a close game with an average total. He's got one more target than Puka Nacua and the same as Ja'Marr Chase. He'll be okay. Ladd McConkey, 58 over under, 61 yards per game. He didn't practice Wednesday. He hurt his bicep in week 2. Not great. He's the last of the wideouts that are likely to go nuclear, but he's looking a bit rough. Denver is tough, 9th best, but the Chargers are arguably one of the best teams so far. If you wanted to slide him down, I wouldn't mind. But let's hear the next 4 at least. Sounds like we're being negative, but we're just hitting the critical points so you're prepared for Sunday. DK Metcalf, Drake London, Brian Thomas, and A.J. Brown. 58 over-under for DK, 51 yards per game. 64 over-under for London, 52 yards per game. 64 over-under for Brian, 34 yards. And A.J. Brown, 58 over-under, 17 yards per game. DK gets the front because of his matchup. He gets the softest secondary in the league right now. These 4 are all underperforming, and aside from DK, have tough secondaries that they face. Can't ignore the struggle that they're all having or the potential upside that they all have as well. They're starters no matter what. We're paying close attention to them week to week to adjust them due to that volatility. That's the top 16. The B tier begins with more starters, but you really want your 2 starting wideouts to be, in the top 24. So let's get through this before having to make difficult decisions. And we'll kick it off with IrvinandM.com. IrvinandM.com is my company my best friend and I started in 2020. We literally make everything ourselves by hand. We have earrings, rings, necklaces, bracelets, tie clips, apparel, and more. Over a dozen curated gemstones and 100 handcrafted products. If you need a gift or something special for yourself, use the promo code in the description, find something you love, and buy it today. Back to the video. If you like spending money and looking your best, shop at my store. You look like or you can subscribe for free. All right, refocus. B tier. 60 to 70 over-under receiving yards for week 3. We'll kick it off with Rome, Tet, and Deebo Samuel. They've all performed pretty well. Rome and Deebo face bottom 5 secondaries and have decent game totals this week in close games. McMillan is the only one that the team is heavy dogs. But let's be honest, he's arguably their best player. And when your team is playing from behind out of desperation, do you hand it off to Chuba Hubbard or do you throw it to T-Mac? I rest my case. You feel fine about these 3. The next 5 have harder matchups and less production, but they're still studs. And it's Marvin Harrison Jr. at 20, 46 over-under, 49 yards per game. San Fran is tough, but we're just asking for 40 or 50 yards. Should be able to get that just fine. Vegas is not impressed with Mac Jones. The Cardinals are only projected to lose by 2 points at home. So it'll be competitive, and that's good for MHJ. And we'll go back to back with the boys from Tampa. Mike Evans and Emeka Mbuka. 70 over-under, 53 yards per game. No line, 52 yards per game for Emeka. He's hurt. I'm not scared of the Jets. 13th pass D. I'm less scared of their 50 yards or so per game. That's kind of what we're asking of them. What we should really be scared of is this massive implied team total for the Buccaneers. That's a world at 7-point favorites, and they're just pounding the rock because they're coasting to victory with a super easy win, not throwing the ball to these guys. So that's my only real concern. For the next 2, though, we have different concerns. 52 over-under, 44 yards for T. Higgins. Tyreek Hill, 64 over-under, better. 74 yards per game, better. But we're concerned with their situations. They both face top 5 secondaries, and even though Jake Browning didn't affect Chase's play for the rest of the Bengals, that is not the case, Higgins included. And for Tyreek, he's played great, better than expected. But the problem this week for Miami is they are 13-point dogs, so that's not good. That's beyond throwing from behind out of desperation. That's like actually give up, breaking grown men type shit. Which brings us to C tier and our first real mitigation as a manager. It's the rest of the wideouts projected for about 50 to 60 receiving yards this week. It's last call before you're looking at your bench. And we'll go with 25 and 26 and 27. Start the tier. Jakobi Meyers, J-Mo, and DJ Moore. Meyers is underrated. He deserves the front. 64 over-under, 82 yards per game. Washington's league average. The total's fine. Jakobi Meyers should be fine. J-Mo, 50 over-under, 67 yards per game. DJ Moore, 56 over-under, 61 yards per game. J-Mo and DJ face bottom 3 secondaries. They are in great position to get home, like Jakobi. They're also dogs, but they are on the other side of the ball in literally the highest scoring games of the week, so they all have pretty good chances. And we'll go with Pickens, Sutton, and Keenan Allen at 28, 29, and 30. George Pickens, 54 over-under, 49 yards per game. Cortland Sutton, 54 over-under, 33 yards per game. Keenan Allen, 50 over-under, 64 yards per game. We're getting unpredictable, maybe a bit desperate. Pickens has the best matchup out of these three against the Bears, but 49 yards ain't what you drafted him for. We're asking for 50, so he should be okay, but this is where we're at the 30 spot. Sutton, on the other hand, I don't know. History tells us he's the most reliable piece of Denver's offense, but out of 2 games, I don't know. It's just 2 games, but he needs to get it done here. 50 yards isn't a lot. It can't be 30 yards again, or we have serious concerns. And it's kind of the same for Allen. Broncos secondary are super tough. Chargers receiving core is all over the place, but he's playing okay so far. And if you wanted to slot him over Sutton, I get it. But these last two are hurting you and me and hundreds and thousands of others around the world. It's scary Terry McLaurin, and Devonta Smith to round out C tier for week 3. No line for scary Terry, 37 yards per game. And Devonta Smith, 49 over-under, only 34 yards, baby. Terry has the best matchup in terms of secondaries. He gets the 27th Raiders as favorites, while Smith draws the much more difficult Rams 4th best as also favorites this week. But dude, 37 yards, 34 yards per game ain't it. Killing us out here, boys. But it's D tier, and the real killers roll the dice with the last 10 on the entire list. All praise the top 30. Rest in peace. Rip the rest. Marquise Brown, Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, Wan'Dale Robinson, MPJ, Chris Olave, Jalen Waddle, Calvin Ridley. I mean, it's 40 yards or less. That's where we're at. 40 yards or less. Roll the dice with any of those guys. Slot them in. That's the top 40. Subscribe and turn on post notifications so you see all the videos each week before submitting your lineups. It's free, so it's a good value. But if you like spending money and you like looking your best, use the promo code and spend it at my store. And watch some more videos.